This right here set it all in 97. March Madness. Yeah, that's Bret Hart and the Heartbreak Kid. Shawn Michaels. Yeah, okay, my Heartbreak Kid impression fucking sucks. Sue me. Here we are many, many years later. 15 years later. And we're getting ready to see Shawn Michaels referee a match between The Undertaker and Triple H inside the demonic Hell in a Cell. A lot of people have been asking me, what do I think's going to happen? Who do I think is going to win? And really, I honestly, I mean, you can get pissed off at me once. It's going to be The Undertaker. Why do people think that Triple H is going to win this match? He's already got beat twice. You got to think about believability factor here. To have somebody beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania when he's done lost twice. Once pretty soundly, if I remember. The Undertaker kicked his ass the first time pretty hard. And to go on to actually beat him in the third try kind of takes away from the other two matches, in my personal opinion. Undertaker's going to win. He's going to continue to streak. From a marketing standpoint, it's the logical thing to do. DVDs will be made one day. I mean, there's already a 15-0 DVD. I think it was a Walmart exclusive. You got it free with, like, a purchase or something. One day they're going to make an epic 20 or 21 or 25 or however many WrestleManias he ends up going. I just don't feel like this is the Undertaker's swan song yet. The storyline doesn't implement that this is the Undertaker's swan song yet. I feel like there's still a couple more mountains for him to climb at WrestleMania. I think there's that inevitable encounter with John Cena we all have kind of wanted for a couple years now. We keep hearing rumors of Brock Lesnar. To end the streak would end any possibility of an Undertaker match at WrestleMania meaning jack shit. He isn't chasing titles. He isn't in prolonged, months-long feuds with people like Kane or Mick Foley or anybody like that anymore. Those days are done with him. It's pretty obvious. I mean, he's wrestled, a total of like 2 matches in the past 2 years or whatever. You know, numbers may be off. I'm sure I can look that up and give you the exact number, but my point is made. His full-time career is over with, obviously. He's pretty much a novelty at WrestleMania, the streak. It's going to continue. It's too much of a draw. He's going to be back again next year, I can promise you, whether it's against Lesnar or Austin or some other legend or Cena or, you know, they bring somebody back or something. He is going to be at WrestleMania. Personally, I put my vote in for the Stinger. Yeah, Undertaker's going to win. And Shawn Michaels, whether he means to or not, I think is going to help him do it. I could see a scenario where Shawn either goes for a super kick or swings a chair at Undertaker, and Undertaker ducks or moves, and somehow it backfires, and Triple H gets blasted. He gets tombstone, and then Shawn, eerily reminiscent of SummerSlam 97. So funny, I picked up that magazine from 97, wasn't it? Has to count 3, whether he likes it or not. Has to be a winner. God knows if we had a draw, people would probably riot worse than if Taker lost. Other WrestleMania predictions. Let's take a look at Cody Rhodes and the Big Show. Yeah, that might actually be a decent match, I think. Cody's a good worker. Show's an old pro. Still moves around good in the ring for a big man his age. I think Cody is going to win, but I wouldn't mind seeing Big Show win either, just for career highlights category. I think he needs a big WrestleMania win. I think he needs this win actually more than the young Cody does. Cody's been on a roll for a while, And I'd like to see them get that Intercontinental belt off of him sooner or later, though it would be cool to see him break Honky's record, which I've never liked the Honky Tonk Man. Just to make that perfectly clear, and I hate that he has that record. When other legends such as Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect, listen to me, I'm rambling, get back on track. Cody winning, I'd like to see him maybe break that record. Show wins, he becomes one of only a few guys to hold every belt in WWE that's active, which would, basically, he's already got a Hall of Fame cemented career, and that would just pretty much add to it. So I'm 50-50 on it, but I'm leaning a little bit maybe toward Cody winning the Big Show. I'm looking up and down. Randy Orton and Kane. And this match kind of got put together last minute, I think. I think the Orton injury threw them for a loop. The Del Rio injury threw them for a loop, because it seemed like that was going to be what they were going to go with for those two. Orton's going to win it. I don't see why not. Kane, by this point, he's past his prime. I love him. He's probably one of my favorite characters in the history of the company, but I think his big win days are behind him. I think he's kind of in a put in everybody before I go mode now. Then again, you never know. I didn't think he was going to win the world title a couple years ago either, because I said the same thing about him then, and he was... Yeah. Well, anyway. Orton will win that one. Probably pretty quickly. Trying to think of some more matches before I get to the main event. The Divas, I don't really care. They shit all over that. Of course, it's partially not WWE's fault on the Divas. Karma's tragedy. And Layla's injury. She's not ready to come back. They want to push her hard when she comes back. I'd push her hard, too. I'd say Kelly and that chick from that stupid TV show will probably win. Okay. Yeah. Cena and The Rock, probably the best build-up in the history of WWE for a feud, at least in a long time. I think that's going to be an epic match. I think it's going to be a lot better than what the internet smarts, I'm a smart, say it's going to be. I think it's going to be. I think that's The Rock. Okay, first off, people, I don't care if he hasn't wrestled in 50 years. That's The Rock. That man is one of the most naturally gifted athletes to ever step foot in the ring. He proved that at the Survivor Series. I mean, hell, despite the fact that he hasn't wrestled in so many years, he even pulled out new movies. The man gave us a perfect plex. I mean, what the hell? Where the hell did that come from? We know, judging by that match alone, the guy can go still. Cena has never let me down at WrestleMania. I know a lot of people don't like him, and I don't care. The guy can wrestle. I don't care about 7 moves of doom. That phrase was coined on everybody's favorite and mine, Bret the Hitman Hart. So I don't want to hear anything about 7 freaking moves of doom. It's going to be an epic collision. Definitely. The WWE Championship match, CM Punk and Jericho, may be in the match of the year. I think I wouldn't be surprised if Jericho won. We just found out the other day, I put on the website that he is going to be wrestling past WrestleMania. He has been working on a contract extension for a few more months of wrestling. Wouldn't be surprised if this feud evolves past WrestleMania, probably into May or possibly June. Match of 3. Afterwards, Jericho could win the belt, dumping it back to CM Punk before he goes off and does whatever the hell he's going to do next. That's my thoughts on WrestleMania. Other random thoughts. Really liking the title reign of Bobby Roode. Didn't think they were going to give it to him this long. I figured it'd be another one of those 1 month and you're done type ordeals, back to some legend holding the belt. But no, they've actually went with him, and he has had a hell of a heel run. I heard somebody on the Wrestling Buddies Facebook group complain that he wasn't winning any matches fair. Well, the last time I checked, this is pro wrestling, and heels don't win fair. He's a heel. He's supposed to cheat. He's supposed to lie. He's supposed to steal. He's supposed to hit somebody upside the head with a chair and make it look like it's someone else's fault. He's supposed to resort to chicanery and bullshit to keep that belt in any way possible. Y'all loved Eddie Guerrero. He did the same thing when he was a heel, and you loved him for it. So, Rude's title reign is probably the best TNA's had in quite a while. I think that they finally got on track with him. Beer Money was stale. There was nothing else to do with them. As much as I love that tag team, there was nothing else to do with Beer Money. James Storm, he's having a nice face run. I think he's more effective as a heel, but okay, we'll take that. At least he's close or in the main event most of the time anymore. And I think he'll eventually take that belt again. Hogan back as the champion, or not the champion, as the guy running the show on air. I have no problem with that. He's staying out of the ring, which is good. He doesn't need to wrestle. We're not having the Nasty Boys or Scott Hall or any of his buddies seemingly involved this time, so that's double good. Can't stand the Nasty Boys. Oh, God. As long as Hogan is basically doing what he's doing right now, like showing up like once a month and laying down the law and then leaving, I'm fine with that. I just don't want him all over my screen anymore. I love the Hulkster. He was one of my childhood favorites. He was one of my teenage year favorites. He's one of my adult year favorites. I love the Hulk. I love Hulk Hogan. I just bought the Sports Illustrated issue with him on the cover on eBay for an undisclosed amount of money. It wasn't that much. It was like $3. But, I love the Hulkster. If you've ever seen my collection, you'll know that I have several of his memorabilia. But I don't want to see him all over the screen anymore because he just doesn't need to be. He doesn't need to be even there. It seems like they've really kind of downplayed the legends lately. I mean, Angle's still pretty much there, but he can still go, so I have no problem with Angle. I just have a problem with Angle's big mouth and his habits, which hurts the company more than he's helping it in the ring at this point. Would like to see them bring Jarrett back. I feel like Jarrett's super entertaining. After all, remember, he is Kurt Angle's role model. You got to remember that. I mean, don't forget, he is Kurt Angle's role model. He is your role model, and he is mine. But TNA, for the most part, I feel like it's better than it was this time last year. This time last year, we were pissed at them. I'm sorry if you hear dogs barking in the background. They're evil. Last year, we were pissed at TNA because of the Jeff Hardy fiasco, showing up intoxicated or whatever the fuck he was at the pay-per-view. They were full entrenched into giving one of my personal favorites, Sting, the world title for another long period of time, which the mark in me loves that, but when I look at it in a biased type way, he should not be world champion. And if they do it, they should do it so that he could put somebody big over. And honestly, I don't even remember now. I think he lost the title to another legend, Kurt Angle. Bullshit. Anyway, I like TNA better this time this year than I did last year. I like the fact that Aries is being highlighted heavy. We're getting close to the end of the video, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. Be sure to watch WrestleMania this Sunday. I'm not going to be online during the show. I'm sure one of my administrators will be, so if you have any questions, you can message them. I'll be online a lot between now and the day of WrestleMania, and I'll be on earlier in the day of Sunday. So enjoy WrestleMania. Enjoy the Hall of Fame, because this one's going to be special. WWE knows they screwed up last year, and they're making it up to it this year with 3 quality main event matches that by themselves could sell any WrestleMania. But hello, Wrestling Buddies. Goodbye, Wrestling Buddies. I'll see you around until my next video. Love you guys.